for waiting. I was in the, I came back after brushing my teeth. I was in studio mode, and the background, let's see. This background is just completely black in the preview, and I was like, what? What? It was there just a second ago. Oh shoot. I was like, let me full screen that, I guess. Anyways. Hello. Good morning, everybody. Hello. Thank you for your patience. I was kind of like doing some quality of life stuff, updating, because I was adding the TTS for the global alerts, and I'm proud to say that it should be working. So if we get any incoming new boomers and any new boomer converts, I was gonna say conflicts or something. Any boomer converts, then we should be notified. Yeah, and I got carried away with that a little bit. Good morning. Hello, everybody. Hey, Boomi, how are you? By the way, it's my birthday today. Oh, happy birthday, sweet John. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear sweet John. Happy birthday to you. I hope you're doing something fun for your birthday. Also, let me go ahead and adjust the BGM too. I don't know if it's too loud. I don't know. Let me know. Let me there's one last thing that I was going to. This is not in. That's not what I want to download. Not what I want to download. As you can see in our thumbnail. Let me bring this to the front. I decided, hey, let's open up some doodle requests. So I got ourselves a little menu. Just let me get that menu first. It's page 2. I'm thinking we do 30 seconds for a super speedy doodle and 90 seconds for a speedy. Oh, okay, sorry. Let me say that again. Wait. Is the BGM? I don't think that's transparent. I don't think I selected it. This transparent background download. Just give me a second to add it. And let's go ahead and add this. And here we go. And come on. There we go. Here we go. Okay, so I'm thinking for $1, if you like, I thought I'd open up the opportunity for you guys to get your very own Boomi Mamana Vinci. These are going to be worth so much in the future. Go ahead and make your investment in the arts now. A $1 tip for a 30-second super speedy doodle and a $3 tip for a 90-second speed doodle. We'll have that option available. Should I put this? Maybe I'll put this here. Maybe I'll move myself. I should move myself like right around here. Then we'll do this. Maybe I could like that. Is that too like distracting? Is it too in the way? I don't know. Alright. If you like to mark yourself present for today's stream, we're doodling and talking about the movies. Because last time that I planned to do this, I don't know. I feel like I didn't really talk too much about the movies. I think I talked about myself more. So yeah. I made a run of show. I made an agenda, so I'm not gonna get off topic. If you'd like to make yourself present for today's stream, let me see some. I don't know. How are you feeling today? What's emojis calling out to you today? That's what we'll do. yeah, as usual. Let me go ahead and do a little bit of a yap catch up. This is our thumbnail doodle from today. I was like, oh yeah, I did say I'll draw ugly things only, so I guess maybe I should try. I should try to draw ugly things. If you request the doodle, it'll probably be ugly unless you say otherwise, okay? Wait, you know what I realized? We didn't even do the most important part on this doodle. Let me just put this right here. And I think I used that one. How could we forget? Oh shoot. No, we gotta put this here. There we go. The most important piece. Oh yeah. Okay. Alright. Let's clear this one. And yeah, this is what we'll draw on top of with. So let's see. What kind of doodle quiz? Like one of movies? It could be anything you want. Anything you want. The doodle request doesn't necessarily have to be tied to movies. Yeah, I just thought I'd give you guys an opportunity to commission the great and wonderful Boomi. Am I allowed to call it a commission? I'm not like super clear on like if there's rules around that. We'll call it like a gift, an attached gift in exchange for supporting the channel. Okay. Let's see. So one of the reasons, I don't know, last year I was like, I was watching this guy named Karsten Runquist, right? I don't really watch like a lot of movie channels, like movie YouTube channels. Do you guys watch like movie YouTube review channels? I find myself like wanting to watch. I'm gonna draw myself at the computer. Sorry, it's gonna be. You know what? I don't know if I could use this pen. I know it's supposed to be ugly, but I can't use this pen. Very quick doodle. Where's my guy? This is my guy. Let's make this a little thinner. So I've been watching this channel called Karsten Runquist. Because I don't know if he's like a film major or like a movie maker himself. I don't know, but he does like a lot of like movie reviews and like you know like when you're watching video essays and like these people are always talking about like what does it look like? I'm touching towards the screen. Come to me, screen, come to me. Either way, they're talking about movies, right? Like blah 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 blah. I'm talking about movies. I love movies. I'm gonna talk about movies. And personally, like I was just the kind of person that would just watch movies, like I don't know, like not really think much about. You just watch a movie to watch a movie. But then you start seeing how people who make movies start to talk about movies, and then I was like, can I do it like a pog face? Okay, let's do that for my. And I was like, ooh. I was like, wow, that's so sick. Like I didn't. It's like one of those moments where you're just kind of like, oh, I never thought about it that way, right? Right? They're talking about like how the camera, like the cinema. I don't even know how to draw like a movie camera. What would it look like? Like this? I don't know, but they talk about like how the cinematography and stuff like translates like and just makes you feel a certain way, like how there's a language with like the audio and like the visual. It's not just the script that like helps you feel a certain way. You got the score, you got like the cinematography, like the different kinds of shots, and I was like, oh, I never thought about it that way before. I wanna start seeing movies in that way. I wanna start learning and like how to see movies in that way. That seems really cool. And I personally, I really just love watching channels where, like, even if I'm not interested in it, I've been watching like a lot of like city building channels and stuff. I feel like that's been getting kind of popular too, like public transportation and like city channels. And I just like seeing people talk about stuff that they're really passionate about, because I feel like it helps me open my eye. Like I just like seeing things in like the through the eyes of other people, and it makes me feel like I don't know, makes me feel like I've lived another life in a way. Seeing channels like talking about movies in that way, I was like, there's so much that I'm missing out of. Typically, I'm just the kind of person to watch movies like blockbusters and stuff. My families, we did go out and watch like a lot of movies growing up. Like that was like one of our things. Like every weekend we'll go out and watch some movies. But it usually be like Transformers. That's like one of the ones that I really remember going to the movie theater and see. We will of course watch like all the MCU movies. I remember when my dad took us to go watch Guardians of the Galaxy for the first time, and like this is before I was like on the MCU train. Like of course I was watching MCU stuff, but you're just kind of like, oh, Thor, Iron Man, the Avengers. I had no idea what like Guardians of the Galaxy was. Like, I remember we were in the parking lot. My dad took us and he was like, I was like, what movie are we gonna watch? He said Guardians of the Galaxy. It's a new Marvel movie. And I was like, oh, never heard of that before. And yeah. I lost my train of thought. This is not in my notes. I just thought I'd start from the beginning. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Hi, I777. Fuck, good morning. Hill, good morning. Greg, good morning. RT, good morning. Good morning. Ryan, good morning. I too love the movies. When you guys... Was going to the movies like a family thing for you guys? Me and my family would always go to the movies together. There was like this place where we used to live. Let's see, it had like escalator like on both sides, right? And I remember you had like the movie theater up here. We'll just do like a popcorn bucket for like movie theater. We had like a movie theater up here, and then there's like different restaurants too. Like I remember there's a restaurant here, and then there's like a restaurant here too, and then there's a Dave and Buster's too. There's a Dave and Buster's, and it was just like a really nice area. I think there's like palm trees or whatever right here, but yeah, it was just like a nice area, and we will go here all the time, and we'll always eat at this restaurant. Do you guys know the restaurant called Buca di Beppo's? How do you even spell it? Buca di Beppo's? I don't know, but we would eat there all the time. We would usually go eat first and then go to the movies. That was like our weekend plan. It would always be me and my mom and my dad and my brother. Which one will be me? This one will be me. We look like ants, dude. Those are our horns, okay? we look like the Cynthia doll from Rugrats. Anyways. We would always go to like Buca di Beppo's and stuff. And I remember so at this restaurant they would always have like these statues, because I think like the style, like imagine like, I think it's like kind of like a Olive Garden, but maybe it's like not Tuscan. I don't know, like maybe more like your what did they call it, nonna in the Italian, like your grandmother's house. Like Wait. Let me look this up. Buca di Beppo's. Buca di Beppo. And I remember I went here a while back. like not too long ago for the first time in several years, and it flooded me so many memories. I was legit like afraid of this restaurant, and let me tell you why in just a second. Oh look, they even have a picture. Oh my gosh, I don't remember if it looked... I guess it kind of did look like this. Here, let me pull up the picture for you guys so you guys can get a better understanding. Look at this. It's like it's like Olive Garden. Okay, like Little Italy in the 50s, Buca di Beppo celebrates the hearty cooking of southern Italy. It's an American chain restaurant specializing in Italian-American comfort food. So it feels... it's a subsidiary of Planet Hollywood. Anyways, it's like... it kind of gives like Olive Garden feel, right? If Olive Garden feels like you're at like a winery, I think Buca di Beppo's feels like you're at like a grandma's house. And... it's like... you can kind of see here, it has so many like... paintings and like pictures and stuff all over, and as a kid I really loved looking at the paintings and the pictures, right? But there was one time that I went to the women's bathroom by myself, and I'm like, I don't know, like elementary school or something. Either way, I was like, you know, I gotta use the bathroom, I'm gonna go to the bathroom, and I don't think there was anybody in there. I think I was in there all alone. But I remember, like, I was using the bathroom and I was like everything was normal until like I saw like this picture of a Rottweiler. He was like right, looking at the camera like that, right? He was barking, and I legit, I promise you that I heard this painting bark. I heard something, and I was like, what the heck? And I looked around, and there's literally like, there's nobody there. I was the only one. I was the only one in the bathroom. I swear I heard a dog bark. After that, I got really scared of that restaurant, and I never wanted to go back. But a small tangent, but yeah, we would usually go to that restaurant, and go to the movie theaters after. On special occasions, we'll go to Dave & Buster's. Like, I remember for like my dad's birthday or something, we went to Dave & Buster's and then the movies after. But it was really fun. It was really fun. Greg, thank you so much for supporting the channel on Ko-fi. Wait. Let me get my Ko-fi doc. Do I have that? Wait, let me unlock my docs. And then let's bring Ko-fi in. Hello, alert meeting. I don't... oh my god. I gotta fix my docs. On here. Like, I really don't know. Wait. Let me load up Ko-fi. Anyways, I appreciate the support. Let me load it up so I can see what exactly happened. Payments and orders, I think. Boomi as Groot is what we got. Boomi as Groot. I think we can do that. Here, let's go ahead and start a new image. Boomi as Groot. Okay, wait. I have to get us a timer too. Here, let me find one on YouTube. That's a $3 donation. Thank you so much for the $3 tip. Really appreciate it. Let's get a 90-second timer. Okay. Alright. Well. Okay, I guess, alright, I'll start it now. I thought it'll have, like, cute music. I just picked the first one. Okay, alright. Boomi as Groot. I am Groot. Okay. Yeah, we got this. Does Groot even have hands? He has hands, right? Wait, let's make it like kind of woody. Right? Like that. And then let's do like little this looks like my that doesn't look like a wait, give me a second. Okay. And then let's do that. I'm just trying to make as much wood as possible. This looks disgusting too. Does Groot have a nose? I'll just make the nose like that. We'll get like a Voldemort kind of nose. And then, okay, we got 15 seconds. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Okay, okay. Okay, 2, 1. Ding, 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 ding. All right, let's just do some finishing touches. Wait, you can't even see it. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Here, let me show it to you. That's because it wasn't full screen. All right, here's the reveal. Here's the reveal. Ew. Ew. Here, let's add a little bit of finishing touches. Wait, let me actually move some of this stuff onto like a different screen. That way we can make sure that we always have our audio. Or sorry, our visual. Okay. Okay, just moving stuff around right quick. Oh my gosh, dude, the utter panic. Oh shoot. Not full screen-ish, what are you usually doing? Okay, there we go. Alright. It's really good. let's boomer fight a little bit. What else am I missing? Yeah, let's just color it in. Groot would be what? Like just brown? Okay. Brown. I really like this brown, right? And you have like a crayon. Oh shoot. Maybe this brown is like too. Let's do like a brown like this. Dude, his fingers are so disgusting. I don't know if I like this one. Here, let's use... I'll just use this. It's so nasty, man. I guess I did say I'll be trying ugly things, but jeez. Alright. And let's get the band-aid in here. And let's get these on here. And let's and I don't know, maybe just like one of my branches is pink. I have no idea. Here we go. I think after coloring it in, I look less like a I look less like a like a tree. Wait, I shouldn't add more. I shouldn't, but I'm going to. We gotta add some twigs, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, I guess that's close enough. Okay. I am, you guys said what? Brute? I am brute. Wait, here. I think I'm gonna use a different pen. But I'll sign it. I'll sign it for you. And then I will, I don't know. What you do? You can screenshot it, maybe? Or I could post it on Twitter? What would be best? Let's write this bigger. Bigger. I am brute. Thank you. And then let me sign it. B-O-O-M-I. Ta-da! Okay, here, let me get this boogity beppos out the way. Let me get this out the way. And if you want to sign it, or a screenshot, be right here. I'll pose with it. Got it? Got it? Thank you, no, thank you! Thank you! Also, Ryder, hello, welcome! I'm in the middle of moving, I just wanted to say hi. Good luck with the move. I hope that we're able to keep you company. I know that moving really sucks sometimes. It's a lot of effort. I'm wishing you a very speedy and a productive moving day. Speaking of movies, there's a new action movie called Novocaine about a nerdy guy who has to save his GF after a robbery. Yes, I've been seeing the trailers for Novocaine so often. Here, let me finish filling this out. Because I've been to the movies like what, 2 times in the last 3 weeks. Been making good use of my, what do you call it, AMC Premiere, like Stubbs Premiere or something. They lost the lawsuit, so I guess people like me who have spent a money on a service fee gets a free like year-long membership. So I've been going to go see the movies quite often, and you know, once you go to the movies enough, you keep getting the same trailers all the time. Novocaine is one of those trailers. The first time I saw it, because of course I'm interested, because I'm like, oh my god, it's Jack Quaid. What's this guy's name in The Boys? Huey! Ooey! Was it? Huey, they stole the Homelander, fuck me wife. You know what that means. The meme. Huey! It's been a while since I watched The Boys. But yeah, I was like, hey, it's Huey. Like, of course I'm gonna go watch. And Huey's the super this time. I'm gonna watch. Alright? I think I might want to watch this. It seems like, I was gonna say it seems like kind of like a Taken movie. I think it is. I would say it's kind of like the cousin to like the Taken movies, right? Something bad happens to the guy, so he can't feel pain at all. So he uses that to his advantage. That's kind of like his superpower. Bro can't feel pain. It looks interesting. It does look fun. Like there's like this one scene where in the trailer where he's getting tortured and he has to pretend that he can feel like whatever they're doing. It seems like it'll be fun. I don't know if I'm gonna watch. I guess maybe I might watch it in theaters. I think it depends. But then again, I only have a few more weeks before I leave for Japan, and I won't be able to. Maybe who knows if it's still gonna be out. I think it depends on like what other movies are coming out, but it looks like a fun movie. I was also thinking that it reminds me of this other like I was gonna say Taken-esque movie. So you have Novocaine. How do you even spell it? Nova Caine, like cocaine? Well, we have one Novocaine where the guy, he's just gonna keep getting hit, right? And he's all good. He's like, no, I'm good in the hood, man. Like I don't feel. That's not a thumb. He's like, I'm good in the hood. I don't feel pain at all. Don't worry about me, man. I'm so awesome. I'm so pog. Like don't worry, right? And then you have another one. Oh, The Amateur is what it's called. Amateur, which is also like another Taken-esque movie. Where you have another nerdy guy who I think he's like what is he? He's like an FBI, like a intel gatherer. He's the dude on the computer. He's the dude. He's the man in the chair. It's basically what it is. And then he's played by Rami Malek. His girlfriend got captured, and he's like, oh my gosh, like I don't know if I could kill anybody. I don't really have that kind of skill. Like he's like, I gotta go. He goes to the FBI or wherever he's working, and he's like, I gotta go save my wife. I gotta go save. Like they took my girlfriend, and I gotta go save her. And then they're like, oh well, if you think you can take her, well, how about you kill me? And he's like, I can't pull the trigger. I don't know. I don't think I can kill. So what he does instead is uses his computer skill and I'm in, and I think he kills people indirectly by using his like hacking skill. So those are the two like action movies that are coming out. Maybe coming out now if they're not out now already. But both of them seem fun. I don't know. Maybe I might watch them in theaters. They're usually not the kind of movie that I would watch in theater. Sorry, I thought I had to burp. Okay. But yeah, both of these look pretty good. I think if I were to watch one, I would definitely watch the other, just to see how they approach the wait, no, his wife didn't get kidnapped. She got killed. She got straight up like killed. So he's out doing revenge. In this one, his one night stand got kidnapped. And he's like, I'm gonna go save her because she's so perfect. I mean, I don't know if it's like truly his one night stand, but in the movie they made it seem like his one night stand. In the movie trailer, I mean. I saw the poster for it. I hope the writer has to move a pool table because that is not fun. What, the Novocaine? I have a friend who's like really squeamish about like I guess like pain in fictional television. Like even when I asked them like, oh, have you seen The Boys? Or not The Boys. They for sure can't watch The Boys. I was like, have you ever seen Invincible? And they're like, no, like I can't even watch Invincible because it's so gruesome. I know for sure that this movie, they're not gonna watch this movie. I was like, it's people's like that like worst nightmare of a movie, because you're just gonna be like, I think that's the point, just like showing them, like showing the constant violence and pain, but then this guy's just totally not affected by it. That's like such a fun plot though. The artwork is really booming. Thank you. Rami Malek as a hacker sounds like a Mr. Robot movie. I saw a lot of people in r/movie saying that this does seem like a like they casted him because they liked him in Mr. Robot. I've never seen Mr. Robot, but I've heard it's really good. I've heard it's like really good TV. We still have to watch Invincible. It's on my watch list forever. I know that the current season just wrapped up. I haven't watched the new season though. I don't know, dude. I think Amazon Prime really did mess up by like being like, hey, you guys gotta wait in between like season 1 and 2, wait that long. But don't get me wrong, once they were like drip feeding us season 2, I was like, oh, it's so good, it's so good, I can't stop, I need the next one. They were like, Adam Eve, I need more of these like one-off character movies, give me more. But I don't know, when season 3 came out, I don't know if it's just because, what am I currently watching? What was I watching? I don't even know what I was watching. But I was just like, not gonna watch it. Not yet. I don't know. I was just able to like avoid it for so long where now it's already done and I can just binge it all at once, which honestly might be the way to go with how Invincible it is. I really like it. I just know the Invincible meme. That's the neat part. You don't. What about Think, Mark? Think. I missed that one. I missed that meme. Let's bring it back. Vex, Halo. What is up? I hope you're having a lovely Sunday. My friend could watch Arcane instead. I think they did watch Arcane. I think they did watch it and they enjoyed it. Alright, let's go ahead and draw our next ugly thing. Now that we've kind of filled this out. I'm gonna clear this one. I don't think we need it. Oh wait, this one's just a bunch of different doodles on here. What do I have? Is that Spider-Man? I have a Boomi, I have another Boomi. Another Boomi. Okay, you know what? We'll just do a different one. Alright. The other day, not even the other day, literally like a couple hours ago, I saw this tweet about Wait, look at this. Let's see. Where's my window capture? There you go. Is it this one? Yeah. I didn't know this could happen. Wow. Okay, so you get the coffee notification, right? When you get bought a coffee. Look, our old CEO, our current CVO, XH. He said, "Thanks, Greg." I didn't know that this could happen. Anyways, oh, you know, I'll put the image here. Once I'm done, I'll put the image here. I'll bookmark that for now. Anyways, I thought maybe I could find the tweet I was looking at. Either way, I went to go see Mickey 17 for last week's Movie Tuesday. Because every time when you have the AMC Stubs like reward thing, you get like discounted movie tickets on Tuesday. So instead of paying like, I think the movie tickets are like what, $23.95 plus like fees, which is usually like $5 plus like whatever else. So you're paying like $30 per movie ticket, which is ridiculous. I ended up getting my ticket for Mickey 17 for $8. $8, which is crazy. So every Tuesday you get like super discounted tickets, and then also with the membership, you don't have to worry about fees. All the fees are waived. So I think it's just basically like, I don't know. I mean, it's totally more than half off of this. I really don't even know why they gave it out. I think it's just like if you paid a convenience fee in the state of New York, you're entitled to this reward because I don't know why they got sued. I have no clue why they got sued. There's something about the convenience fee. Either way, I'm not complaining. I have it until the end of February for next year. So I got it like 3 weeks ago, and I've gone 2 out of the last 3 weeks. First movie I saw was Captain America 4. We'll talk about that later. But I went to go see Mickey 17. Have you guys heard of the movie Mickey 17? It has Robert Pattinson, and he's playing 2 Mickeys, right? You have Mickey. I don't even know how to draw Mickey here. I don't even know how to draw Mickey, to be honest. I'm trying to think of like what he looks like. I don't know. He just looks like Robert Pattinson. He had like goggles on. I don't know. Let's just say this is Mickey 17. Okay? Alright, so you have Mickey 17. He's like, hey, I am an expendable. So these guys are like living out, they're not on Earth anymore. Let's just say Earth is like, let me think about how I feel about this movie. This movie was directed by Bong Joon-ho. Do you guys know Bong Joon-ho? He did Parasite a few years ago, which was really big. And I think this is like one of his first movies since doing Parasite. So everybody was like, what is he gonna do next? Well, he does this crazy ass movie called Mickey 17. It's set in the year like 2053 or something like that. Either way, you have this guy who's played by Mark Ruffalo. I don't even know how to draw him. We'll just draw him like this. And he's like this super rich dude. I think like the satire feels a little bit heavy-handed, not gonna lie. It's definitely like, you know, Bong Joon-ho, he's very he's definitely got a bone to pick with like capitalism and like oligarchies and stuff, which makes sense. Or I guess like maybe not just necessarily oligarchies, but like also just like billionaires in general, which makes sense because I think South Korea has an issue. What do they call the families like that? Like there's super duper rich families that own like these mega corporations that own like a bunch of different stuff. Affects your everyday life. And then they also, because they are rich, they have like a lot of influence in politics, or like they can make people in their families run for politics. I don't know. I'm not super like familiar with it. I think it's something like that. Either way, you have Mark Ruffalo's character here. I'll draw him like this, maybe. And then he also has like this Karen wife who's like very into sauces too. And like they're both like super rich, and he's like, he thinks he's like the coolest guy ever. He's like, oh well, I think he lost an election back on Earth, so he's like, you know what, we're gonna move, we're gonna start our own colony out in outer space, and it's gonna be so cool and so awesome. So if you want to come to our colony, you know, you just gotta apply. And Mickey 17, he's running away from debt. Well, this is back when he was just Mickey Barker, I guess. This is before he became like number 17. So he's just a regular Mickey. You have him, and then you have Steven Yeun, who's like the cool guy, you know? And they're like best friends. They're best friends. And why they're best friends, I don't really know. All I know is that they're running away from some guy that they owe money to. So that's why they leave Earth. And then Mickey's like, well, I don't really have skills. I didn't go to college. I don't really like got a good job. So I'm gonna sign up to be an expendable. And he like really didn't read the terms and conditions, so he goes up and signs it. And expendable is when you are basically, you're the only person in the colony that can be reprinted. They had like these reprinted was it like they found this technology where you can just burn trash and like I don't know. You gotta watch the movie. I'm trying not to spoil anything too. You could just reprint people's bodies based off of like recycling materials. He's like, well, hey, you know, like instead of like banning this technology forever, I know there's like a lot of ethical like conditions and stuff. Well, how about we like just have one person on every colony do it, so that way they can test things out. And everybody's like, wow, that's such a great idea. You know, let's do that. So Mickey's like, well, I don't have any skills. This one, whatever, I'll just do this one. And he does it. He gets to go on the ship with everybody else. And basically what they have him do is just do things that are too dangerous. Like when they first landed at the planet, they had him like just go onto the planet and test out the atmosphere and all of that. Yeah, cloning. They're able to like make the materials out, and then also implant the memories too. So they're able to like basically like a save point for his memories. And he essentially becomes... He dies 17 times. That's why he's called Mickey 17. And then you end up having a Mickey 18, who's kind of like, basically the Sasuke to his Naruto. he's kind of had enough of it here. And, basically the movie is that Mickey 17, he was supposed to die. He ends up not dying. Everybody was like, oh dude, like I thought you were a goner. Nobody went back to go save him. He dies on the planet like alone to like the native species and stuff, or at least that's what everybody assumes. He also thought that was gonna happen, but no, he ends up surviving. He tries to go back into his bed. Who's in his bed other than Mickey 18? And in this world, having duplicates are it's illegal. You can't have two of the same person, because it opens up just too many like legal issues and stuff. And he's like, well, I'm the new one, why won't you just die? And he's like, well, before, like, it was okay like if all the other ones died, because, you know, it was like I get to be reborn, but like now you're here, so it's like if I die, it's not me that's being reborn, like it's just you continuing the life. So I'm scared of dying. I don't want that to happen. He's like, oh, okay, so what are they gonna do about it? And that's kind of like what the movie is about. Them trying to survive. But yeah, because I've only ever seen Parasite, but I've only seen it once. But I remember after seeing Parasite and like the layers and stuff, it felt very like you wouldn't miss anything. And then like you would miss stuff if you're not paying attention. This one is like this one, when I say it felt heavy-handed, I think especially like Mark Ruffalo's character, it definitely felt like a little bit like when was this made? And when you think this movie actually finished wrapping in 2021, that's when it finished wrapping, and it didn't release until 2025. They weren't gonna release it, I heard, until like April, but because the trailer had such positive reception, they already released it, kind of like as a surprise. Well, I don't know, as a surprise. I wasn't really following it, but I wasn't really following the release schedule. But yeah, it's out now. It came out on the 14th, and guess what? By the end of the month, it's already going to be on streaming, which is like, you're not even giving anybody the chance to go see this movie. I think it's just sort of been, I think they had like, I don't know if I wouldn't say that it's like rewrites and stuff. I don't really know much about the production, but when I was watching Karsten Rundqvist talking about this movie yesterday, he mentioned that it was finished writing in 2021. Because when I tell you Mark Ruffalo's character, there are scenes in here where you're just like, is this like prophetic or something? When did they make this? Did they do reshoots in like the last like 60 days? Or I guess maybe not even 60 days. I don't know. There's just like points in this movie where it's just like crazy accurate to the current world news, and just like, wow, wow. And I think that's probably why some of it just didn't land. Because it just felt too on the nose, which at the same time, it's sort of, I mean, I wouldn't say that's necessarily a problem either, but at certain points it just felt really on the nose. But then when you consider that this movie was finished wrapping in 2021, then it just kind of like, I think it really changed my impression of it, though. I think I should give it like another watch. But yeah, at some points just felt really on the nose. Cringe scenes. I wouldn't say it's like necessarily actually, I don't know. I wouldn't say it's cringe, but I prefer like subtlety, you know? I prefer like subtle allegories and like I don't know, like I don't know. But like his supporters, they all have like hats and stuff, and just like, okay. Considering in 2021, sure. But what else did I watch recently where like people had hats? I think it was Born Again, Daredevil Born Again. Fisk supporters had hats on, right? And you know, like sure, it was filmed like before everything has happened, but you kind of see that now and just sort of like, okay, all right, buckle up. It's gonna be like one of those shows. Not that I have a problem. Like I think like if you have something to say, you can go ahead and say it. But it's just, I think because it's so stuff like that is dominating like the current news cycle and like the media so much. I mean, for a good reason, but because you're exposed to that like all the time, right? So when you see it in your fictional like movies, television, and like things that are supposed to be an escape, and it's just too obvious, right? It's you become a little bit like jaded, I guess, maybe like a little bit cynical when you see that like just pop up. I wouldn't say that it's like, I don't know, but every time Mark Ruffalo's character was on screen, it was like, I wouldn't say like his character was bad or anything. I think he was fun, and it's not like he's just parroting or satirizing like one political figure. I think people were also saying like there's hints of like a big Korean like political figure in this. But I mean, you know, Mark Ruffalo is probably just pulling from what he knows. And I think people also said like people also said that there's like I forgot what I was gonna say. I got hints of like other characters in here too. Not characters, but like figures. Maybe like a Nixon type? I don't know. You're asking the wrong person. But either way. Yeah, it was a fun movie. Mickey had a girlfriend, Nasha. Very, very loyal throughout the movie. My only complaint though about this movie is that I really did like the world that they were building. The Earth parts felt a little bit like cyberpunk. I mean, not really cyberpunky, but I don't know. I just thought it was like a really interesting thing that they were doing. But it also just kind of felt like there was a lot of different pieces, a lot of different genres that were blending together. But I think it could have been a little bit more. No, I wish that it was a little bit more like thorough in, like, I guess the world building. I know some people will say they didn't really like the life on the ships part, like it's just like generic sci-fi stuff, but I don't know, I kind of like that. I kind of like seeing like how a society would fare on like I think they said it was like a 4-year-long journey to get to the other planet. I like learning about that part. I like seeing how they would build a small society of like a couple hundred people. There was a part where Bong Joon-ho, you know how he, I mean, this is just based off of Parasite, but you know how he would do I guess commentary between like classes, socioeconomic classes. I are very smart, doing like through food, right? Like in Parasite, how he would do the what was it, like the jjajangmyeon noodles, the instant noodles, but then in their instant noodles they use, I don't know, like wagyu beef or something, like very high quality beef. Well, in this one, This one's like, I think, like I said, it's kind of on the nose. The normal people, they just get slop on their food. It's like literally like prison food that they're eating. Well, Mickey gets invited to a dinner with these two. Is he like an emperor? I forgot. I don't know what he's like, an emperor or something. Either way, he's gonna be like the leader of their new world. He goes to eat food over there, and they are eating like, it's steak. They're eating steak, but like they're super duper health obsessed, and maybe this is like something that they could have gone a little bit deeper in, because there's just like this one scene about the food, but they're super duper health obsessed. She loves sauces. I don't know if that's like a bit or if that's like if they're trying to say something with that. She loves sauces, but because these guys are I don't know. My interpretation of it was because these guys are like super wealthy. They're very, very health focused. Sort of like how you would see like influencers and stuff nowadays. Because they're so health focused, they are only eating raw meat. So yeah, when they invite Mickey to dinner, he's eating like raw like steak and stuff, and instead of slop. And I don't know. I don't know. There's like so many things that happen in this movie where I'm thinking like I liked them touching on it, but I just wish that they kind of expanded on it a little bit more. Or maybe they expanded on it enough and I just needed more time to sit with it and like really think about it to get what they were doing. But it just felt a little bit like, not necessarily half-baked, but if they wanted to get their message across, I think it could have been a little bit more clear. At least for people like me. And the ending felt really abrupt too. I don't know. Either way, I like a movie that I can be transported into another world for its runtime, right? Or I could just, I was gonna say not think about the outside world, but I think during this movie you will be thinking about the outside world quite a bit. But I think that's just the nature of the director. That being said, I did feel like I was transported to another world enough. I liked it. I didn't put it on my letterbox yet, but I think I would give it I'm thinking somewhere between a 3.5 star or like a 4 star. I'll have to think about it a little bit more, but I think this is kind of how I'm feeling about the movie. Mickey 17. Somewhere around there. I think it really depends on how the message lands for me. If I still come out of it thinking like it's heavy-handed, it's gonna be a 3.5. But if I'm missing something and there's like a layer that I have yet uncovered, then I would go with a 4. I'm so tired. It's been 10 years. It's not funny anymore. I think it's like natural that you're gonna see movies that like touch on current events, but I think it's like gonna be one of those things that age badly. I don't know if that's the word, but it's definitely gonna age the movie, right? It's kind of like I don't know. It's kind of like how like in different eras, like the bad guys are different, you know, or. I don't know, but like in different eras, films generally, I guess filmmakers in general, they have a theme that they're touching upon, or I don't know what I'm trying to say, but I'm just trying to say that this is you're gonna be able to watch this movie in like 15 years and be like, oh yeah, this is definitely like a 2020s movie. This is definitely made in the 2020s. But I think my issue with it isn't that they're talking about it, but I think just using a hat, at least maybe like in this day and age, and probably because I had just seen the same thing in Daredevil Born Again, that it feels a little bit too obvious. Like maybe go with like a scarf or something. Or like a badge, you know? Like I don't think we have to go with the hat. It feels too obvious with the hat. RTG, thanks for stopping by. I hope you have a lovely rest of your weekend. That reminds me, there is a Looney Tunes movie that just came out under the radar. Yes, that is one that I definitely want to see. I think I might do that for my upcoming movie Tuesday, to be honest. For this, I think I might go see it this Tuesday. If I could, I think it might be a limited release in some of the theaters. But I know for sure there's theaters near me. I do want to see it. I do want to see it because it's been a while since you've had like 2D like movie released in theaters. Yeah, I think I might. I think that's the one that I'm gonna go watch. Writers and directors are gonna have a mess. Yeah, for sure. Feel free to have themes, but be clever. Yes, exactly. Be clever about it. And for this one, like, I guess I don't really blame it too much because it was in 2021, and I think like, I mean, I wouldn't say like back then, like it wasn't. I don't know. Maybe if it released in 2021 or like 2022, I would have felt different about it. But I think nowadays it's just kind of like, oh brother. But even though there were like parallels, like don't get me wrong, there were like very like obvious parallels, but I think despite all that, Mark Ruffalo's character was still quite enjoyable, and it didn't really feel like it didn't ruin it. But I left the movie thinking like, some parts were like quite crazy. Not crazy, but like quite obvious. But then considering that if everything was from 2021, I have to look into this a little bit more. Actually, how about right now? Then it might be like crazy level of predictions. Like we might want to get like Bong Joon-ho like a crystal ball or something. I'm thinking of like a scene in particular that I don't want to spoil. Let's see, Mickey 17 filming. Past production. Oh wait! A film adaptation was announced in 2022. Oh, the screenplay was written in 2021, based on an early draft of the book, and said that none of the characters portrayed were meant to be mirroring politicians. Robert Pattinson was the first actor to come to mind for a performance that required dual roles. Speaking of Robert Pattinson, oh my gosh, dude! Like I knew. It's like watching The Parent Trap. Like you know that like Lindsay Lohan is playing two characters, but once you're in the movie, you're not seeing like you're not seeing one actor playing two characters. You're seeing two different guys. Robert Pattinson carried this movie. I mean, none of the performances were bad, but like I don't know. He did a really great job. It was so much fun to watch. Let's see. Okay, so he was confirmed to star in 2022. The filming was finished in 2023. It was not 2021. It was 2023 that filming finished. But I mean, either way, 2022 was when the writing was done. And then 2023 was when the filming was done. Either way, it's still quite prophetic. I think if you like Robert Pattinson, or if you like sci-fi movies, or if you like Bong Joon-ho, I would say give Mickey 17 a watch. I think it was a fun movie. Even if it's not like gonna be something that I constantly rewatch, I would see it again. It's quite fun. I would recommend it. Let's see. WB sold the distribution rights and a small company picked up. It was practically thrown under the bus. Wait, this one? Mickey 17 or the Looney Tunes one? I hope. Yeah, I think after this I'll buy my tickets for the Looney Tune movie because I definitely want to support it in theaters for sure. And that's why I picked this one too, because I kept seeing tweets like literally after opening weekend, people are like, you know, talking about how much the movie is making in box offices just for like I don't know, it's like you're tweeting like basketball stats out. Like it's just I don't know, just because it's not, people aren't going to the movies to go watch it doesn't mean it sucks. And that's why I wanted to go watch it myself, because it's like I saw the trailer, it looked sick. Yeah. I just wanted to support the movie in theaters. I thought it would be nice. I can't wait for the Batman 2. Oh my god, yes! Yes! During like the first like... So I think in the first 15 minutes is like sort of like the introductory like setup stuff, and then you have the title scene. During like that first half of the movie, and that not half, but like that first like block of the movie, like 20 minutes or so, it was so much fun. It was so much fun. I do think like sometimes like the plot threads do feel a little bit all over the place, and then there's times where I'm like, this doesn't feel entirely like an American movie. Like sometimes it just kind of felt like you're seeing a manga come to life, I guess. And that might be because it is like I said, I've never really seen Bong Joon-ho's other movies, but I just assumed that maybe it might be like a, I don't know, Asian director thing, I don't know. But there were parts where it felt like, oh, like it feels like the storyboard felt very like manga-ish, if that makes sense. Like the way that like the way that dialogue comes in, if that makes sense, felt akin to like manga or like anime or something, right? But yeah. Yeah, it's a good movie. It's a good movie. I would recommend it. Warner Brothers not the best on promoting their films, not gonna lie. They messed up the promotion of the Iron Giant back in 1999. And it ended up being a beloved classic too. This is why, like, I don't know. As much as I understand, like, why you need... What are they, like... distribution company? I don't know. But it does make me a little bit sad that, like... I guess it could just be anything, like, regarding to, like, business and, like, entrepreneurship and, like, just creating art in general. Like, you have to sacrifice a lot of things in order to get the funding you need to make your artistic vision come to life. And you have to compromise with people who might not necessarily, like, understand your art, I guess. And you want to be like, hey, trust me, bro, just trust me, like, I got this. But then they don't trust you, and then even then you could get your movie made, and then they could just be like, hey, yeah, we're not gonna release it for a long time, by the way. Like Mickey 17. And I was just thinking about this the other day with the streaming wars, I guess. Because I was thinking about, they had a trailer in this movie for an Apple TV movie. Was it the Formula 1 one? Is that it? I don't know. They had like an Apple TV movie trailer playing before this movie, and I thought to myself, like, really? Is this really what we're gonna do? I hate seeing a trailer for something that looks bomb, and then it ends up being like a streaming platform that I'm not touching, you know? I mean, I'm on my family plan for everything, but still, like I see, like, I don't know, like Apple TV seems like they got a lot of good stuff, but I'm sorry, like I every time I see banger after banger trailers on Apple TV, but I'm just like, I'm not gonna pay for it. I'm just not. It's not. I don't think it's It's against my morals. I don't want to support what they're doing. Yeah, congratulations on releasing another banger on your platform, but unfortunately I'm not gonna watch it because I'm tired. I'm tired of, like, thinking like, oh, I'm gonna watch this show. You know how many times when I was watching Daredevil that I was like, okay, time to watch the next episode of Daredevil, and I opened up Netflix instead of Disney Plus? Or I want to watch that 70s show. Well, it's not on Netflix anymore, but they have that 90s show. Like, why are they separating everything? It doesn't make any sense. Everybody's just getting so greedy, man. And now that they're putting Mickey 17 on streaming, like, when is it coming out on streaming? So it premiered March 7th. I think they said on the tweet that on the 25th it's... Wait. Mickey 17... Wait. I think they said on the 25th, but I have no idea. Oh yeah. The film will be available online starting March 25th. Massive financial loss for WB is expected. And it's like, then they're just gonna stop taking chances on movies like this. But at the same time, it's like, well, if you want people to go see it in theaters, like, actually, like, know what you want to do with the movie. I think people are okay with going to the movie, making the time out of their day to go to the movies. I don't know. It's just really disappointing to see, like, oh, they're not really, giving it a chance. And if their response to that is like, no, we're just not gonna make any more movies like this, I'll be very sad. Because when I was watching this movie, even if I didn't absolutely love it, while I was watching the movie, it did feel very nostalgic to just go see something like this at the movie theater. Soon every TV show will have its own streaming service. No, that's the worst case scenario. At least then I could see everything I want in one place. Not everything I want, but like the same show in one place. I hate it when you're like watching a show and you're like, oh, I'm gonna watch the next part, and it's on a different streaming service. This is why I continue to buy physical copies, because what if they take off a show on a streaming site? Yes, exactly! Exactly! I have so many... Well, my parents have so many physical copies at home, but... You know, it just occurred to me, like, not too long ago, I don't even have a DVD player, so if I want to watch a physical copy of something, like, I'm out of luck. I'm out of luck. I 100% agree that's the way to go. Smooth drawing experience to you. Thank you. I know we're just sitting on a white screen right now. Let's see. Yeah, so before I went to go see Mickey 17, my first discount Tuesday was Captain America 4. You think I could draw Anthony Mackie? Sorry, Falcon. The sunglasses. That's my Falcon, Captain America. Okay. We're not gonna talk about that one completely. Oh, I don't know. Should we? I didn't know they did that 90s show. It was okay. It was okay. But I think they had enough of like the original cast in there to come back. Season 1 was alright, but I think like towards the end of season 2, like they started to find their groove. I think it was just like a chemistry issue, to be honest. But I think like towards the end of season 2, like the cast of like young like teenagers, people were like, oh, it feels very Disney. I think a lot of the kids got their start off of like Disney or Nickelodeon, and I could see where people said, oh, it feels very Disney, but I don't know. I was sad that they canceled it before season 3. I really felt like if they gave it a little bit more time, especially because each season was only like 10 episodes, if they did like 20 episode seasons, by the end of season 1, if they had 20 episodes by the end of season 1, they would have been able to find their groove so much faster, and I don't know. It feels like there's potential that was just squandered because nobody was watching it. And it made me really like sad for like the cast, because it's like when I see them come up on TikTok, I'm like, oh, look at them. They like seem so excited to be able to spend time with each other and like hang out with the original cast and stuff. But original cast seems happy to be there, but I guess just not enough people are watching it. It's just a shame. I think it's not a bad show, but like if you don't have anything else to watch and you really like that 70s show, I think it's worth to take a look. Bye, IA. Thanks for hanging out. I hope you have a lovely rest of your day. I heard they've done 3 reshoots for Captain America 4, so I'm not surprised it has flopped. They should have just done another Falcon movie. Yes, let's talk about not just Captain America 4, but let's talk about all of MCU. I'm gonna try and draw. I don't even know, like, how would I draw him? I'm trying to think, like, what kind of glasses he has. Something like that, right? And then his hair would be like this. This doesn't look like him. Okay, well, this is my Captain America. Need to give him like a shield. Okay, whatever. This is Captain America, okay? And he got his giant wings. YK, hello! Welcome. This is supposed to be the shield, by the way. I think this movie, you can definitely tell. I don't know, to me this movie was basically just a worse version of Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Captain America 4 equals Falcon and the Winter Soldier plus maybe like Secret Wars minus like, I don't know, like 50% coolness or whatever. I mean, I wouldn't say Secret Wars was good, but I do think that they had similar themes to Captain America 4 that they were able to touch on a little bit more. Falcon and the Winter Soldier as well. I think my complaint with like the MCU movies nowadays is like they're making movies that's trying to appeal to both people who watch the TV shows and people who didn't watch the TV shows. And I think that just lowers the stakes in the movie so much, because there's so many times during this movie where I'm just like, bro, like, we've seen this before. Like, it's just deja vu at this point, you know? I don't know what I'm drawing here, but it's just like we've seen this before, right? I already know, like, he's going through like he's struggling with the idea of being Captain America, having the mantle passed down to him. What does it mean? Does he even still want it? What does it mean to other people like him to be like the symbol of America? Which I think is all very compelling themes and ideas to juggle with, but and also I'm just kind of like, do we know Falcon enough to I don't know, like, I think Falcon and the Winter Soldier did a good job at like exploring who like who he is, you know? Like, you get to go see his family, you get to go see, where's he from? He's like from Louisiana. Sorry, that's supposed to be like a boat. I don't know why. He's from Louisiana, and like he like fixed his boat and stuff, and you get to find out who he is. You get to see like his relationship with Bucky. He has like a sister too, and you get to just find out more about his family, and I think that's, I think they should have brought some of that into the movie. I think that would have been nice to see in the movie. In this one, they both assume that you know what happened in the TV show. You have like characters from the TV show introduced into here, but at the same time, they're still like reintroducing the same themes, the same issues, and it's just like, it's not really landing, at least for me. I think that they could have done something else. I think it's very clear that it suffered from reshoots, and I feel the same with Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I know that they had to reshoot this because of COVID, and like one of their main conflicts was like a global pandemic, so they had to reshoot that too. And as much as like I did enjoy Falcon and the Winter Soldier, I wouldn't say it's like maybe the top show for me, but I did enjoy it, and I do think that if it didn't have the reshoots, that it would have been better. For this one though, if they didn't have the reshoots, I don't know if it would have fixed the movie. It's like the trailer was so much more cooler. And I think you also just get everything that you needed from the trailer as well. You don't have to watch the movie, you can just watch the trailer. Which to me is a shame, because I, for one, was very excited to see a new take on Captain America. Captain America dealing with new struggles. And especially like a Captain America that doesn't have serum and is trying to live up to the expectation of a Captain America that was enhanced, and is just kind of, I mean, he does have wings though, but just like, I don't know, I think they could have done stuff that's so much more interesting, but rather than doing that, they just decide to just give you like a bunch of exposition instead, and like trying to tell you like, it's definitely like more of like a tell don't show kind of movie. I feel like they want to capitalize on the captive audience, but just yeah, I think because they're not really like doing anything, it just felt like a Marvel movie, you know. If you were to be like, oh, who directed this one, I don't know, it just felt like a Marvel movie to me. Like, it felt like it wanted to be like Captain America Winter Soldier, but they just, I don't know, it just felt like a Marvel movie. Like, during so many times during this movie, I felt like I was watching like the Boiz parody, you know what I mean? Just because it was so formulaic. I didn't hate it, but it really felt like a Hulk movie with Captain America awkwardly grafted on. Yeah, it's like I would say out of all the Marvel properties, I would rather have something like this than like a Thor 4, even though a Thor 4 is, you know, like you can watch that and can tell that it's like a Taika Waititi movie. But I'd rather have something like this than like a Thor 4, like a Quantumania, you know what I mean? It's not like I don't know. It's just a boring movie. I think that's probably the way to say it. It's just a generic Marvel movie, which is like, it's not to say it's a bad movie, but it's like, it just feels like something you've seen before. Something that's already been done. I would say though, yes, the Hulk parts were some of my favorite parts of the movie. You think I could draw Hulk? It's not a Hulk. I know he looks like a Roblox character, but I'm trying to make him like really angry. Okay, maybe not like that. To me, the Hulk parts were like the most fun parts of the movie, which is a shame because he's only in it for like, you only get Red Hulk for like, I would say just like the very end of it, but like the fight was really fun. I don't know. And then you also have like Torres too. Torres, I think, is a really fun character. But I like Torres a lot more in Falcon and the Winter Soldier than I did in Captain America 4. If you don't know, Torres is he is, I wish I could draw him, but he's just like a generic looking guy to me. I don't know like what makes him stick out. But he's Sam Wilson's like new buddy, right? I think they got like a sign together or something. I don't know. Either way, that's his new Falcon. He picked up this guy, and I think this guy, he's like really charismatic. He's like really nice and stuff. But I wasn't buying into the chemistry in this movie as much as I did in the TV series. And then I think that was really jarring. Like you really, at least for me, I really noticed it when they brought Bucky back for literally just one scene, and it's like, it feels like when I say this movie is formulaic, they have Sam standing there, and just the way that the camera is positioned, you're just like, oh, we're gonna get like a cool reveal, like we're gonna get like a cameo right now. And of course, who is it but Bucky? Because Bucky is there to be like his emotional support for one scene, for one scene, and even in just that one scene, like it's barely like a few minutes, I think, but you remember how good his chemistry is with Sebastian Stan. How good Anthony Mackie and Sebastian Stans are friends in real life. And not to say that these guys aren't friends like in real life, but it just wasn't like translating on the screen as well as it did with Bucky and Sam. And you kind of realize that when Bucky comes back on screen and just like, wow, I miss this. I miss this. And then you go back to Torres and just kind of like, it's not like he's bad, but you just realize how much is lacking. I think he was giving nothing, and that could, you know, I agree, and I think that could be why maybe like the chemistry didn't land as much. Like he felt he just felt like a vehicle for Sam to, I guess, like learn leadership skills. He felt more like a plot device than I felt like a character. Yeah. He was just there for Sam to feel like, well, I got people relying on me, you know, and then I gotta be good. I gotta do my thing. Either way, you have Red Hulk who comes in, rah, Hulk smash. And this guy looks like a salary man. He doesn't look like he doesn't look like Red Hulk. Well, you have this guy, and I think he was the most fun when he was Hulk, and I think it's kind of a shame that he didn't get the chance to Hulk out until the very end of the movie. I feel like there wasn't, I don't know, maybe it's just me, but was there really that much fighting in this movie? I'm trying to think of like all the other fights, but it doesn't really feel, I can't really think of anything else besides this one at the end. I'm sure that there was a few. No, I'm positive that there was a few, but they just weren't very memorable to me. When we got the Hulk fight at the end of the movie, that's when I felt like, oh, this is a fun MCU movie. And I kind of wish that they did a little bit more with that instead of trying to be like a, you know, serious Billy. I had a lot of fun with the Hulk fight, but then it's so short. It's barely there. It's barely there. Wait. They said they wanted... Wait. They said they wanted Captain America 4 to be their Winter Soldier? Really? I think that was too obvious. And they just didn't do it as cool. Because there was like also a part where Sam was like they had like a Zemo similar scene. I don't even remember what it was. But I just remember there's a scene where I was like, oh, we've done this before. I did like the parts with dude, what was the guy's name? You know how they had like the original, not original Captain America, but you have the original Captain America, right? You have Steve Rogers. And then after that, they were like, oh, you know what? We need another Steve Rogers because he disappeared. So they gave like a bunch of people like super serum. And then he ended up getting Isaiah Thomas. Who, honestly, he's just a sad guy. I feel bad for him. He ended up getting the super soldier serum, and they were just like experimenting on him, and like they kept him in prison for years, and he just like really just distrusted the government because they weren't treating him well, and basically in the TV show, Sam Wilson kind of brought him out of hiding. He's like, oh my god, like you know, like you were a Captain America. You weren't the Captain America, but you were a Captain America, and like can you tell me how I can like you know, like uphold to this mantle. And he's like, I just don't think you should do it because the government sucks, and they're just not nice to people like you and me, and I don't know, it's just like I just had a bad time, and this is just like I just don't know if it's a good idea, and just honestly just leave me alone. I kind of don't want to be in the public anymore. And then he's like, no, trust me, like everything's gonna be okay. You could be out in the public, and it'll be fine. And I really don't know what happened to them, like in between the TV show and the movie. But either way, he goes back to him and he's like, hey, Isaiah, hey, we're gonna go meet the President of the United States, President Ross. Do you want to come to like his fancy like event or something? And he's like, you know how I feel about the government. I kind of don't want to go. He's like, no, I think you should go. It's gonna be a fun time, and then you can like show everybody, like you deserve to be known. You deserve to be in the spotlight. I think we should show you a good time. He's like, okay, but I don't have a suit. Oh, don't worry, buddy. We'll get you a suit. And then they go and they have a good time. And then he gets a mind control. And then he has a gun and he tries to shoot the president. And then the president is just like, ah! Well, he doesn't Hulk out. He's like normal color. But, you know, he tries to shoot the president. And then he gets arrested. And he's like, I don't remember what happened. Like something just happened. I don't remember. Well, he got mind controlled. And he's in jail for like most of the movie. And he's just like, I knew I shouldn't have gone. Like it was a bad idea to have gone. I don't think I should have gone. It was such a bad idea. I should have stayed home. He really was the damsel in distress. And like I feel like for like a solid like 30 minutes, 45 minutes, I don't know, it's hard to keep track of what time it is in the movie, but for a solid chunk of the movie, I feel like they just completely like forgot about this guy. He's just in jail for a while, and they don't talk about like, oh, we need to go save him, or like, oh, I wonder how he's just not mentioned. He's just in jail, and you just feel kind of bad because it's just this old guy who didn't even want to go in the first place, and he ends up getting in trouble because he got brainwashed, and he never wanted to be there. And I felt really bad because I feel like the actor for Isaiah Thomas, like, I don't know, I just felt so bad for him. Isaiah Thomas in general, but then I also just thought like he's really selling these scenes, and I mean honestly for quite a few of these actors, it just feels like they're really trying to sell you these emotional beats, and I'm like, well, you're doing a good job with it, but it's just not your fault that like the movie is just not serving you right. Like the movie's writing is just not elevating your acting, and it just felt like a waste. It just felt like a waste, honestly. I thought Sidewinder was... Oh yeah, Sidewinder is Giancarlo Esposito. I didn't even know that he was supposed to be... Like, I didn't even know, like, what his character's name was. Because he was only there for a little bit. I don't really know how to draw this character. But he was there to... help or something. Oh, Red Bernie. Sorry, I was looking at Sidewinder and your name at the same time. Welcome, Red Bernie. Welcome. I hope you're having a lovely weekend so far. Hello. Yeah, Sidewinder was completely a filler villain. They like met in a tunnel, and they're just like, well, I'll I don't even remember. I don't even remember. I just remember he was there. It's been like 2 weeks since I saw this movie, but yeah, they like met in a tunnel or something. The name was mentioned a lot. I feel like that's kind of what this movie was. Like, it felt like they just kind of tacked things on without making like a through line for it. One of my favorite parts of the movie, though, I did really like the celestial. I was thinking like maybe I could draw that, but I have no idea how to draw that. No, I have no clue how to draw that. I did like the celestial coming out of the ocean though, right? Maybe I could draw his hand. Isn't it like this or something? And then you have like the ships coming in, and then you just see like the whole scale of like, I don't know, of like how big this thing is. And they're like fighting around here too, and you got like the jets and stuff, and like it was just, I don't know. I hate the idea that something like this big can exist. There we go. That's the Celestia. I hate the idea that something this big can exist. Like, where is it coming from? If I lived in Earth, was it 19999? Dude, if they had something like this coming out of the planet, no. No. Who knows where it's gonna come out of next? I don't know. And like the fact that you have these giant, like, seeing the giant warships or like the fighter jets just flying around on this thing, and they called it an island too, because they had like adamantium on there, and the whole adamantium drop, they don't even explain to you like, oh, why is it so special? It just feels more like fan service to get that. But I don't know. Either way, they finally used this thing, and yeah, I mean, I don't know. I thought the shots were pretty sick. This is honestly like my favorite part of the Eternals movie. It only took them 4 years after the Eternals to bring that up again. I know. I thought like the Eternals would have so much more impact, but I think the movies in general lately have just a very hard time following through on like all the different plots, right? Like you don't really see like anything pay off anymore. Like nothing really pays off anymore. And I think as much as we could blame the Eternals for that, I think that's just like a problem with this whole phase in general. And then B, because it just didn't make any money, they're just like, okay, well, we'll just have to recalibrate. And I think both of those kind of feed into each other too. Eternals didn't make any money, so they didn't want to like do anything with it, and they just haven't really been doing a good job at doing things in general with like these movies when they come back. I don't know. I did like the Eternals for doing something different. I think even though it is slow. I'm gonna give it another watch. But I remember thinking that the movie was very pretty though. But it's just definitely, maybe it could be the time that it came out too, but it just definitely like wasn't a very satisfying movie to watch like during the time. And then like nothing ever happened out of it either. Everyone on Earth just lives in existential terror. I know, right? Especially the poor New Yorkers in here. Either way, that's Captain America 4. I have been watching lately Daredevil. I was watching, when did I start watching Daredevil anyways? I was watching season 1 a couple years ago. I don't know when I started it, but yeah. And then season 2, right? Of course, you gotta watch season 2 after you watch season 1. And then I was like all on board with this. I was like, oh, awesome! Like I love this whole Frank Castle plot. I thought this was really cool. But then after that, you just can't go straight into you can't go into Daredevil season 3. You can't go straight into that. You gotta make a little detour first and watch the Defenders. Ooh, the Defenders. Okay, in here you did get the Punisher plot, which I thought was good, but then you also get the Hand plot, which I hated. I hated anything to do with the Hand. So imagine my surprise when we get even more stuff with the Hand and the Defenders. I was gonna go straight into season 3, but I was like really confused during this part by going straight into it. So I was just like, you know what? Okay, that's the Boomi. I was just like, you know what? Maybe I'm not gonna watch season 3. I'll go ahead and watch the Defenders first. And I honestly thought it was kind of boring, to be honest. So it was kind of like I had to force myself to get through it. I really didn't like the Defenders. Not that it was like completely bad. I did like seeing the characters come together and stuff, but it's just really like this whole hand plot. I didn't like it in season 2. So the fact that I had to sit through like a whole season where these guys are the focus, oh god. Was not into it. I finally was able to push myself through it, and then I started watching Daredevil 3, season 3 again, and I was at that point I was pretty tired out. I was pretty tired out by like this whole world, and I was just kind of like and this was like maybe around I don't know, like 2024, like beginning, like maybe like February, let's say February. I was watching Daredevil season 3. Maybe it could have been like summer. I think it could have been like summer or something. I don't think it was that long. But I was watching season 3, and I think I only watched up until like maybe not episode 8, maybe like episode 6. I watched a decent chunk, but I just dropped it because I was worn out. I was really worn out. And I realized I finished this let's see, this was let's move this here. Let's say this was from around there, and then I finished it not too long ago. So this was like Friday. 2025, because the Born Again was coming out, so I'm like, oh, I want to see it. I gotta finish. Let me finish it up. Let me finish wrapping. And let me tell you, I love season 3, man. Season 3 is actually so peak, and it makes me feel really sad that I stopped watching it like so quickly. Because I feel like I was kind of playing catching up when I went back to it, you know? I feel like I was playing catch up when I went back to like try and finish the show before I started Born Again. I loved everything with Dex. Dex was so much fun. I loved his character. Just seeing him like just progressively become unhinged, and then I saw this tweet like after, like right before I finished the last episode, where somebody said I'd rather be chased or like in a fight with Batman versus Matt Murdock, because Matt Murdock is like a crazy motherfucker. and I was like, yeah, I could see that. Like Matt's actively like trying to restrain himself from like, I mean, not to say Batman isn't, but I feel like just from watching Daredevil most recently, he's trying really hard not to cross that line in season 3, and seeing like how he goads Dex into you know, fighting for him, I guess, in a way. You're just like, dude, Dex is already crazy. What, you're trying to break him? That phone call that he did to him in the final episode was, I was just like, dude, Matt, that's wild. That's not very heroic of you. So I thought the whole Dex thing, seeing him go cuckoo, was pretty fun. Nadim, dude, Nadim was one of my favorite characters this season. OMG. Like, I've always liked him, like, throughout. He's just like a nice guy, you know? He wants to do right for what's his family. He wants to do right for, like, just wants to do what he thinks is the right thing. I think he is such a great character, and it surprised me that the actors for these two are, I wouldn't say like unknown, but like their Instagrams have less than 100k followers. I feel like that they're not like super huge stars, and like their IMDb's didn't have like really huge names on there, I guess. So I was really surprised to see that these two characters, or the actors for these two characters, didn't have like any like major roles. Either way, Ancient Nadim. A+ character. Towards like the latter half of the season, especially, where you really like just start to get like where the whole FBI stuff and the Fisk stuff just really starts to fold in nicely into everything. I felt so bad. Like literally the episode, Nadim's last episode, I was just like, man, I can spoil it, right? Because this came out in 2018. He's not like a major character. Okay, so in the second to last episode, the whole culmination of everything, Nadim's like he's working for the FBI, right? And he wants to get a promotion because his like sister is sick or something. So he's like, I need to make more money, and like he talks to his boss, and she's like, yeah, sure, we'll give you the promotion. Turns out Fisk wanted him to get the promotion all along. He's like, ooh, yes, excellence. I'm the one who like denied your sister's healthcare, so that way you're gonna want the promotion, so that way you are going to like end up being folded into like my minions, just like the rest of the FBI. And just like, dude, what the fuck? And he's like, what the hell? Like, the Fisk has been playing me the entire time. Of course he has. He's Fisk, and he wants to save his family. He wants to protect his family. I wonder if I could draw a Nadim. He wants to protect his family, and wait, I think I got this. Okay, actually, I don't know. Either way, this will be our Nadim. He wants to protect his family. He loves his wife. He loves his son. He wants to be a good guy. So he's like, you know what? Fine. If you want me to work for you, then I guess, like, what choice do I have? I need to protect my family. So he reluctantly works for them, but then he changes his mind once he sees Dex, the crazy guy. He's like, oh my god, Dex is the one who's been pretending to be Daredevil. Fisk he made like a Daredevil copy suit so that way he could tell his new little buddy boy Dex to go frame Daredevil for stuff. And when Dex kills a pastor, he's like, well, okay, this is a little too crazy. So he goes over to his new lawyers, Foggy Nelson and Matt Murdock, and he's like, guys, you know what? I think I should. I'm gonna testify. And he knows that's gonna put his life in danger, and he knows that like people are gonna be chasing after him. So he records his final message on his cell phone, and he's like, guys, this is what happened, and then the blah 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 blah, and he saves the day. I'm just like, Nadim. You're the best character ever. Just every single turn. Like, sure, he doesn't make the right decision every single time, but you just know he's just a good guy. It's season 3 is so great. It's so great. And so imagine the whiplash of me going from that. I literally, like, after I finished the last season, I'm like, okay, cool. It's time to start Born again. Let's see, this is season 3, what is it, like 11? And then I go to Daredevil, Born Again, season 1, episode 1. Guys. Did you guys watch these back to back? It's so jarring. To see, I don't know, it's like I did expect like it to feel a little bit more high quality, but okay, so I'm seated watching this. I'm ready to watch this, right? This is me losing sleep over just the pure excitement to get ready to watch this. Either way, I'm ready to watch this, right? And I'm sitting, I'm like, okay, finally, it's time to press play. It's time to press play. I'm gonna do it. It's time to watch Daredevil Born Again. And, what was I gonna say? What was I gonna say? Watching from there to there, and it's time to press play, and it's time to watch the watch the show, and I knew that the production was gonna go up. Oh yeah, as I'm sitting there watching it, right, you're just kind of thinking, like, before Daredevil was sort of like its own little world, right? Now you have Daredevil, and it overlaps with the MCU. And I remember I was just thinking, like, oh, it's just gonna be Daredevil. Like, I'm so excited to see, like, my favorite characters come back. I'm so excited to see what's gonna happen next. Like, I'm gonna have such a good time watching this show. And then this creeping thought happened behind me, because you're seeing, like, the Marvel, like, television logo come up, and then you're just like, oh man, this is like a Daredevil MCU. And I knew that I was kind of in trouble, because I felt a little bit, not just disappointed, but exhausted at the thought. This is the true, like, MCU fatigue right here. Because I was looking at this, I was thinking about this, and I was like, oh my gosh, like, I have to open up the file cabinet of, like, all the things that's happened in the MCU recently, and yeah, I just felt myself getting, like, tired at the thought of it. I'm just like, and then if it ends up being like, I mean, to be honest, like, when I was getting ready to watch it, all I heard was, like, good reviews about the Daredevil show. So I wasn't even thinking about, like, oh, are they gonna Disneyify it? I was just thinking about, like, how are they going to fold in MCU related stuff to the TV show, and I also should have thought about how they were going to Disney Plus it, because there's just some parts in it. There's just some, yeah, like what's the guy's name? Ben Urich? It's like, I think it's his niece or something. Like, they have, like, this new reporter who's there, and you're just kind of like, you can tell it's not a character. Like, there's characters there, and, like, Fisk's little, like, his little comic relief kid, whoever that guy is, who's just like, oh yeah, like, I got, like, a lot of signatures on Fisk's campaign, so he's gonna be there. Fisk would never hire this bitch. First of all, I feel like I thought that. I was just like, would Fisk ever, like, I don't think Fisk could even stand this guy. How is this guy, like, around for so often? Like, there's just some characters there where you're just kind of like, this was definitely a Disney decision. It just kind of like, I don't know. I don't even know, like, what the words that I'm thinking of are. But you just didn't feel like characters that would have been in the original show. And I don't know what about them feels off. I think it could just be, like, their personality in general. But there's that. It just definitely feels like a Disney Plus kind of thing. It for sure, this definitely feels like a Disney Plus kind of, like. I feel it. I feel the Disney Plusification of of this Daredevil show, and I've only watched until episode 2 right now. I know that the 3rd episode is out, but, like, for Daredevil, like, season 3, I was like, I gotta finish it. For this one, so far, I wouldn't say that I hate it. It's not like I even dislike it, but I think just the switch has been, I just have to get used to it, and I don't know if I'm ready to get used to it right now. It's like, oh, you did what to my guy? What you do? What's going on here? I mean, there are some parts that are pretty cool. I like the, what is it? The sound thing too. But yeah. like how they do Daredevil's listening, like how they hone in on all his listening things. I think that's pretty fun. They did reshoots of Born Again too. Yeah! Wait, I didn't know that they had to scrap 8. Okay, I know that they had to do reshoots because they wanted to loop Karen and Foggy in, I think. Because I remember hearing about them shooting because they shot not near me in Brooklyn, but they did shoot at like a place where I would be able to go to. And I was like, oh my god, should I go? I ended up not going. Because it's an MCU thing, and it's Daredevil. It's like big comeback. What are you gonna see anyways? I saw pictures, and it was just like completely covered. Like we can't really see anything that they're shooting. But I remember thinking like, oh, they're gonna wrap up soon, but they ended up not, and I think it's because they had to do reshoot. I don't know. But I did hear that they wanted to loop in Karen and Foggy into the series. And yeah. I'm trying to think of what else. Wait. Yeah, I heard that they had to do a lot of... I mean, maybe it could be a good thing that they did the reshoots. Maybe before it was a lot more... Oops. Maybe before it was like a lot more overlap between these two. Maybe it was like a very MCU-ified Daredevil, and maybe they did reshoots to make it more like the Netflix, like the original one. Hopefully. I know that they're gonna do season 2 of Born Again, and I can only hope that it's gonna be more similar to the Netflix one. Not that honestly, I think I would be totally on board. They could keep doing like whatever camera work that they're doing. I think it's really cool. I think like the new I don't know, just how they're filming it. I think it's it was a little bit like whoa at first. It's a little bit of a shock, something to get used to. But by season 2, like I'm kind of on board with how cinematic it looks. But I did feel like during the fight scene, the camera was just so shaky that like, you know, the fight scene, I think it's in the 2nd episode where Daredevil is fighting the 2 I think it was like NYPD officers. Was it NYPD? I think it was 2 NYPD officers. They went into the house of the guy that they're trying to frame or something, the apartment. And as cool as that fight scene was, I did feel like it was a lot of motion going on. It was a little bit hard to keep up with for me. The only thing I remember in the Defenders is that the bad guy were trying to revive the Foom Fang Foom of all characters. Was it him? Was that what they mentioned? I have no idea what was happening in there. I just remembered Elektra was like the key to doing the thing that they wanted to do. Maybe it was to revive Foom Fang Foom. I just remember she was the key, and I remember thinking like, oh, they're gonna get rid of her? Like, oh, that sucks. I was really invested with her in Daredevil, and I think it could be because my dad had like the, you know, was it Ben Affleck? In the old Daredevil movie with Jennifer Gardner as Elektra? We had that, and I remember we watched it. I wouldn't say like all the time, but we watched it a couple times. Which is funny because it's like, when I started watching the Netflix show, it was like I'm learning the Daredevil character from scratch. But then I thought like, wait a second, like we had this on DVD. I think my dad didn't like the movie, so maybe that's why we didn't watch it that much, but we did see it a couple times. But yeah, season 3 is so peak. It's so peak. And then to just go from that to Born Again, not to say Born Again is bad, but you're just really going from like Daredevil at, in my opinion, its highest point to like a... I mean, this is like what? 7 years later since season 3? Like, of course it's gonna be different Daredevil. It's just like different DNA. It's like you're meeting the twin brother of like your best friend, and just you're like, oh, you know, you kind of remind me of my best friend, but of course you guys are different people. So You're meeting the identical twin brother of your best friend. And it feels familiar, but like so different at the same time. And I think I just have to think of them as different people. I mean, they're not the same guy. They're twins, so I can't go into Born Again expecting the same thing that I did from the Netflix show. Either way, I do hope that it does kind of get back to its roots, get a little bit better, because I really do love this show. And I really regret that I watched, like, I really regret that I let the Defenders kill, like, my motivation to finish Season 3, because, man, Season 3 was just so, it was so good. It was so good. And then the whole time, I'm really excited to think about Fisk, too, in the MCU. I mean, I haven't really seen, like, I haven't seen Echo at all. Would this be Fisk? The entire time I'm like watching the show, I'm just like, say what you will about Fisk, but he's at least a classy gentleman. He loves my wife. He loves his wife. Call him. He might as well be like a Chance the Rapper kind of character, because well, I guess Chance the Rapper got divorced from his wife. But what I'm trying to say is, ooh, I love my wife. I love my wife. Ah! He's like, I don't know, he's a simp, but like not in a bad way. And then what's her name? Vanessa, she's really pretty, but she's also just like, geez, lady, like, she's like, oh, I think we should kill Nadim. Like, if he's threatening us, I think we should kill him. And then I was really surprised to see their relationship brought back in Born Again too. But then seeing their relationship actually be strained, wasn't really expecting that either. I feel like most of those TV shows would have been better as movies. Yeah, I think, okay, to go back to Falcon and the Winter Soldier should have been, I think they could have combined these to be one movie. I think these two could have been combined. Or even do Falcon and the Winter Soldier as a movie first, and then like find some way to do like Captain America 4 as like another movie, so that way they're not stepping on each other's toes. I think these two kind of step on each other's toes too much, and you're getting like you're getting new threads that aren't as fleshed out because they are using the space of the movie to recover familiar territory. Not necessary at all. I think they should fix that. Like, if you're gonna make shows, like, I don't mind them making the shows. Like, I'll watch what I want to watch. I think one of the things that I did like a lot about She-Hulk, I know She-Hulk is like controversial, like, I really liked it because it just felt nice, self-contained, but it also felt like it expanded a little bit on the world. I wish that instead of, hopefully maybe in later seasons they can do this, instead of like some of it being an origin story, I wish that they also did a lot of focusing on like the small, like, nobody heroes, I guess. Like, you know, one of her clients was like that, like, leapfrog character or whatever, like some kind of frog dude, or I don't know if he was like her client or she had to fight him. I don't know, stuff like that. Like, being a superhero lawyer, I think there's so much potential for just little like wacky world building bits. That could be so much fun. It could be so much fun. And I hope that they lean into that in season 2. It's kind of like, it's not an MCU thing, but it's kind of like that one, I remember seeing a trailer for this one sitcom where it's these regular office workers, maybe they might be like insurance people or whatever, that are living in a superhero era, like basically like an MCU New York City, where they have to be like, oh man, my car got smashed today or whatever. Oh no, another alien invasion. But it's not following superheroes. You're following regular people who live in that world. Or even just like, you know how they used to do the one-shots where you had like Thor and his roommate, or that's all I remember, Thor and his roommate. Just stuff like that, you know, just little, like, not everything has to serve the grander purpose of the MCU. I feel like they're kind of in something like that, where they're like, oh, I need this to serve the grander purpose, but then also, like, it's just not serving enough. Like Falcon and the Winter, well, yeah, I guess like Captain America 4. I don't know, but I do think that because MCU is such like a cash machine, they have no choice but to listen to us. Like if they see people talking about, like especially for the last few years, they see people talking about Marvel fatigue or how the MCU isn't that great anymore, and then I think there were things coming out where they said like, okay, you know, we're gonna refine their approach, or at least like release less stuff or something. I feel like they can't let the MCU die. Like maybe it could be too big to die, but if they keep releasing slop and stuff, then you know, they probably don't want to taint their reputation. I don't know, maybe I'm just too optimistic, but I feel like they would listen, and I feel like maybe like not the next few movies, but maybe in like the next year or two. I don't know like what they have in the bank right now. But I feel like once they're done with like their slop era stuff, then they're gonna come and approach like these new movies a little bit differently. Because remember Multiverse of Madness, and they're like, oh, it's gonna be so scary and so spooky, but it just kind of felt like it still felt like contained in the MCU. I would like to see them do something with a little bit more flavor. It was fun going to like a Guardians of the Galaxy movie, and you know that you're watching something that's specific to the director. And yeah, I don't know. That's how I feel about those movies. Anyways, maybe I'll watch the season 3, or sorry, Born Again, catch up on it later today. I was thinking like, what is the last like MCU movie or show that I really loved? Do you guys have one? What's the last one that you really, really loved? I think movie-wise, mine would be Guardians of the Galaxy 3, but that's just because I really love Guardians of the Galaxy. I think I just have like a good memory of going to go watch that first movie for the first time, and I remember leaving the movie theater for Guardians 1 and thinking like, that was so much fun. Like that was the first time I left the movie and was like, I could go straight back into the theater and watch that all over again. I had so much fun. I'll say movie-wise, Guardians 3. That'll be like a movie ticket. And then like TV show-wise, you know what? I think WandaVision. They really knocked it out. They set the bar high with WandaVision. I think WandaVision, one of the reasons that made it so great was that because it was a weekly release, and because like it's so, they hold out so much information in the beginning. The community aspect of WandaVision really like elevated it in my book. Going to like the subreddit and getting into like discussion of like, oh, what does this mean? What does that mean? You know, I think that made it really fun. I also really enjoyed Agatha too. That was a surprise enjoyment for me. I wasn't expecting to enjoy it as much as I did, but considering like they kind of share the same DNA, I guess it makes sense. I thought that one was fun, and then I think Moon Knight was also fun. Similarly, you had good discussion coming out of Moon Knight, but I feel like WandaVision just had, maybe it could be like it was the first one out the gate, but I think it just had like a lot more hype when it comes to oh yeah, Loki was also really good too. Loki, I think these three had like good discussion. Agatha, I feel like people were kind of off the train by then, so nobody wanted to discuss. There wasn't enough people trying to discuss, but when I don't know, when I finished it, I was just like, oh yeah, this was pretty fun. And then I think it was really nice to like get back into that witchy feel too. Like I haven't really thought much about the mythology around witches in like a couple of years, and I feel like witches, at least like witch-related media for little girls, was like all over the place when I was growing up. Like you had Twitches on Disney Channel, you had like was there like a cartoon called Witch, and I don't know, like you just had like a lot of witches and stuff when as like a little girl's media, and this felt like a little bit of like a grown-up version of that, returning to that sort of like that mythology, but like not necessarily like a scary or like sinful witch, but more of just like a practicing, like, I don't know. It was just really fun to think about witches again. I was just like, yeah, they are pretty cool. I forgot all about witches. I liked all the Guardians movies. All the Guardians movies are so good. I remember leaving 2 thinking like not as impressed with it, but I think it's just because 1 set such a high bar, and it's not like 2's a bad movie either. I don't even know what I was expecting from it. I think one of my biggest regrets from the Guardians movies, though, I really wanted to see them interact with more characters, and I remember I really wanted to see more Rocket Raccoon interacting with like Avengers back on Earth, especially Tony Stark, but we only got like couple of lines out of that. I don't know. I don't know. I just really wish that we could have seen the Guardians interact with more of like the main lineup back on Earth. Hopefully we'll get that in the future, but you know, Guardians is wrapped up now. I don't know. What are you kidding? None of the movies have really stood out to me since Endgame. For TV, WandaVision and Loki were pretty good. WandaVision was they really hit the ground running with that, and I think maybe if they started off with something like not as, but then again, like you also don't want to start off with like something not as good. Maybe if they started off with Moon Knight, then again, who's gonna watch it? Because nobody knows, like the general public wouldn't know who he is. I think WandaVision, they kind of started too high up. They flew too close to the sun, and they set the bar so high that the other shows that followed it just couldn't really match it. Yeah, unfortunate. There are like parts that I like from other shows, but you know, they just sort of, I mean, then again, I do kind of like the idea of being able to explore characters deeper in their TV shows. I did like Miss Marvel, but I didn't really like, it's the same thing with like She-Hulk. I didn't really like the origin story part of it, because at that point it feels too much just like of a Marvel movie, right? Like it just kind of feels like something we've already seen before, but I don't know. I think Kamala Khan is like a very charming character, but I do wish that there was like a little bit more, like she hard carries, like her charisma hard carries for me, but when it comes to like the plot points and stuff, it's just kind of like I feel like there's not really like not a lot outside of that, outside of her charisma. Yeah, none of the movies really stood out since Endgame, and I'm trying to like to not include Endgame as like not like as a movie, but you know, like of course Infinity War and Endgame are like the movies, but I don't know, I'm trying to like disclude them from the timeline. They're more of like an event than a movie. They're more like closing of the chapter. Like of course they're gonna be peak. And then thinking of the other movies that's come out, I don't know, Guardians, that's really all that I can think of. I can tell you I hated Quantumania, and I hated Thor 4. I think they're just doing too much. there's no follow-up with Shang-Chi. I think Shang-Chi, while it wasn't like my favorite movie, I don't think it was bad either. It felt like another Marvel movie, but I would put it above Captain America 4 when it comes to formulaic Marvel movies. I think Shang-Chi kind of breaks the mold a little bit more than Cap 4. But at the same time, there's just really no substantial payoff for it. So it just, I mean, you're just kind of thinking, I think that kind of muddles how you feel about it after, because there's really no payoff. Moon Knight was fun, batshit, only saw a few episodes. It was so much fun. And then I think like once you got towards the end, they have you questioning your reality a little bit. Moon Knight, I'm for sure I really want to rewatch it. But like you're questioning your reality a little bit while you're watching it towards the end, and it just gets people discussing again. And I think, I don't know, that was really fun. It was really fun. Like doing that and like WandaVision, like, and I think it came out during COVID time, right? So it felt very like communal to be able to watch these shows on a weekly basis. If you like Moon Knight, take out Legion. It's technically Marvel, though not really a hero show. Oh, and it's separate from the MCU. Oh, I know I've heard of the show before. Legion. When it's styled. Oh, it looks fun. Here, let me read the overview. David Haller is a troubled young man who was diagnosed with schizophrenia as a child. Shuffled from one psychiatric institution to the next in his early 30s, David met and fell in love with a beautiful and troubled fellow patient named Sid. After a startling encounter with her, he was forced to confront the shocking possibility that the voices he hears and the visions he sees may actually be real. Sid led David to Melanie Bird, a demanding but nurturing therapist who heads a team of specialists. Autonomy, Carrie, and Carrie. Carrie, Kerry, and then Carrie, Cary. Each of whom possesses a unique and extraordinary gift. Together, they help David recognize and harness his hidden abilities and unlock a deeply suppressed truth. He had been haunted his entire life by a malicious parasite of unimaginable power. It's like, Baldur's Gate 3. The parasite who talks to him. Oh, it was X-Men! Ooh, okay, I want to add it to my list. I wonder if Thor 2 may be the most forgettable Marvel movie. Oh my god. Yeah. I think it's so easy to think of like, some of the new ones when you're thinking of like the worst Marvel movies. I remember really hating the Thor movies when they first came out. Like I wouldn't say despise them, but I really didn't like them. And it's even like the other Iron Mans. I remember leaving Iron Man 3 and being like underwhelmed. I think it's easy to like look at the new movies and be like, oh yeah, those, but it's like a recency bias thing, you know? I wonder how would like Captain America hold up to like Captain America 4. If you were to compare it to like Iron Man 3, I wonder how they would hold up. I guess maybe you have to compare it to like a origin story, maybe like a Thor 1. I didn't like Thor 1 or Thor 2. Yeah, I wonder how it will hold up with like a Thor 1 nowadays. It's like I would test to see, but I have zero desire to rewatch those movies. A part of me feels like it's probably gonna be better, but you know, are we acting like spoiled children? Marvel has been feeding us quite well. They just thought like it's like a grandma who's like, oh, you like my cookies, darling? You want more cookies? And they just make you too much. You're like, grandma, it's too much cookies. You've run out of sugar. These cookies aren't good anymore. I don't need any more cookies. Like you could just make them a little bit less often. You don't have to mass produce cookies. You just give me a little bit of cookies and just make them better. How about that, grandma? Grandma is not listening. Maybe she might soon. Maybe she might. You know, yeah. I guess, I mean, with the amount that they've been putting out, I guess it makes sense that the quality does dip. Yeah, Augustus and the chocolate river. It's too much. It's too much. And then you know, we've said that we really liked it, so they want to give us more, but because, you know, they're giving us more, they're getting a little bit sloppy with making it, and we've liked it for quite some time, and they're just like, oh, okay, well, we'll just make more like this, and they're not adjusting the recipe, they're not... Yeah. Either way. I trust that Grandma's gonna give us better cookies, because Grandma still wants us to visit her house. I think Grandma will give us better cookies in the future. And I think... I do, like I said, Agatha, I feel like Agatha all along kind of, felt like its own thing. And that's what I want to see from the MCU. I want things to feel connected, but not to the point where I'm like, oh god, like I gotta watch... I gotta like open up my, like, I gotta study MCU stuff before I watch this show. Like, it doesn't have to feel connected like that. It just has to feel lived in. That's what they're missing. It needs to feel lived in. Don't fatigue us out. And don't be like so micromanagey with the presentation. Not the present. I don't know, like it doesn't have to feel the same across the board, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Because the moment that I picked up on like the Disney Plusification of Daredevil, and then that's when I started thinking like, oh my god, like I gotta remember all the stuff from the MCU. And not only that, but like every Disney Plus like flavor that I felt in Daredevil was just a reminder that this lives in a larger universe, and that made me sigh. I was just like, alright, okay, here we go. And it wasn't a good thing. It wasn't a good thing. I trust you, Disney. I hope... I mean, that's all we can do as a viewer, right? Leave our reviews, make our voices heard, and then not support stuff that we think is shit. And that could be said about movies as a whole. To round this up together, go watch Mickey 17 in theaters. If you have the chance, if you have any interest in watching the movie, see if your theater does like discount movie tickets. I think that's an awesome time to go see movies. You can also, I mean, do they have matinees on the weekends? I don't know if they do that, but if you have like a matinee showing, or even just going to like a smaller theater to support like a non-chain theater, I think that's a really great way to get cheaper movie tickets. Yeah, it's a real shame to see movies go to streaming so quickly. I think that there is a lot of value to be had from watching a movie with your neighbors, really, with the people who live around you, with your community. I know it's so comfortable to watch movies at home from the comfort of your own home, but I do think that there's something really special about experiencing a movie with other people, even if you don't talk to them after, with strangers. Just being able to hear people laugh at certain points, or gasp at certain points, or the whole theater being like so quiet that you can hear a pin drop at, you know, at a very tense moment. There's a beauty in that. So if you're able to, go see Mickey 17 in theaters, or any other movie that catches your eye. Yeah, I think it's worth it. If you don't do it for yourself, do it for me. Hey, you know, that also that ties into the new Looney Tunes movie that's coming out, The Day the Earth Blew Up, a Looney Tunes movie. This came out in 2024. Can you believe that? It's a 2024 movie, but it released like this weekend. Wait, how many ratings does it have? 86% on Rotten Tomatoes. It's pretty good. The Day the Earth Blew Up, a Looney Tunes movie. I think it'd be really nice to support a 2D animated movie in theaters. When's the last time we saw a 2D? Well, I guess you have like anime movies that release in theaters, huh? You say like The Boy and the Heron. at least like a Western, maybe even just like American like 2D movie. I don't know. I just want to show like studios that people still care about 2D movies. Especially, I know it's not a Disney movie, but I really hope that Disney can return to 2D animated movies. I was just thinking about like their princess lineup recently, and I was just like, sure, yeah, like Frozen is cool and all, and like Moana is cool and all, and it's like I like to see them, like, you know, they make really pretty 3D movies, but the charm, where's the charm? You know, when I thought of DreamWorks, I thought 3D movies. When I thought Pixar, I thought 3D movies. And now Disney has just made a turn to that, and it just kind of feels, I don't know, lacking in personality a bit. I don't want like American 2D animation to be seen as something that's like a part of the past, or just something that's made for television. I think that it has a lot of cinematic capabilities, and not just in children's media, but I mean, I guess in children's media and family media, like it'd just be nice to see it back. Yeah. So I'm going to see The Day the Earth Blew Up on Tuesday, and I hope I can encourage you to go see it too. Yeah, bring back 2D. The only ones being made are like anime, right? And I do hope that maybe with the popularity of anime coming out, that they would like the popularity of anime with a mainstream audience would encourage more studios to, I don't want to say like copy anime. I don't want to see them like try and make their own anime. I mean, they could if they want to, but I don't want them to get, I don't want that to be the message that they take away from the popularity of anime. I want to see just creative 2D animation being made for the big screen. That's all they need to know. I wouldn't say it's like it just, I don't know, it feels a little bit like a waste. Like when I was looking at like Tom and Jerry and like the old Mickey Mouse and stuff, and it's like America was the king of like animation in general, like 2D animation, the king of cartoons. And to see the industry just sort of like hard pivot into, and I don't mind that like 3D animation is getting a little bit more stylistic instead of going for like photorealism, but at the same time, like, you don't have to, it just kind of feels like they're completely abandoning a little bit, completely abandoning the yeah, it's just a little unfortunate, I guess. Anyways, I don't have anybody on my live right now to raid into. So what we'll do is you know, I want to encourage you guys to watch a YouTube video of mine. How about that? I wonder, would I be able to raid into this? I don't think I can raid into it. If I can't, I'll just paste the link here. I recently cleaned up my YouTube channel. I like changed the thumbnails for the shorts. I changed a couple of like couple of titles and stuff. And as I was doing that, I also changed the featured video we had on the page. Okay, let me see if I could do this as a raid. Redirect. Search your videos. No, I can't. Okay. I can only redirect them to live. Okay, alright. I would encourage you guys to come watch this video. This was like from a couple years ago, but I was watching this the other day and I thought, hey, it's been a while since I last no, sorry, what am I trying to say? What was I trying to say? Wait, let me think. Okay, so this video was from when I was streaming on Twitch. I played this game called 1 Hour, 1 Life, and I was just cleaning up my YouTube channel. I figured like, hey, you know, we had that police simulator video as our featured video for quite some time, and it really helped bump up the views, which I am happy about for that video. I thought it was a pretty good representation of like chaotic Boomi. And then I was thinking like, okay, well, what kind of video do I want to do next? I came across this one called 1 Hour, 1 Life, edited by our friend editor, Sachi Techless. Techless, thank you so much for editing it. This is our only, I think, 10-minute video on the channel, I think. But, I don't know. I was watching it the other day and it made me smile and laugh. And I thought, you know, we got a lot of new boomers here. This was uploaded, I think, back when I was still on Twitch, so maybe you guys haven't like gone back to the videos ever. It's not like I ever promote them. I thought it might be a good time, a good chance to introduce you guys to some older content. We have quite a few videos up on our channel from like stream highlights. This is all back when I was streaming on Twitch, so they're a little bit older, but still entertaining nonetheless. Yeah, if you've been sitting down for as long as I have, make sure you give your body a nice big stretch. Don't forget to stay hydrated, drink some water. I fixed myself a full glass of water and I haven't drank it at all. Did you hear my teeth hit the cup? And last but not least, treat yourself to something nice. It's the end of the weekend. Maybe just relax a little bit so that way you'll be nice and rested before the big week starts. What else? I think that's really it. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. I played the game called 1 Hour, 1 Life. If you liked it, maybe leave a comment and we could probably play it sometime soon. What else? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what else to say. I think that might be it. I hope you enjoyed the video. It starts off a little slow, but I think that's just sort of like the nature of when you're playing an MMO, right? You're in 1 Hour, 1 Life. You're basically like it sounds exactly like what it is. You have 1 hour. You start off as a baby, and then you have like this little civilization, and it's just really like how well can you work with the people in your server. In this one, I was born into a family of I guess experienced players. They helped me out. I told them I was new, and we really lean into the roleplay. Oh, my mom's calling me, so I'll go ahead and end it here. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today, and until next time, take care. Bye.